Can you imagine the heartbreak of being barred from representing your nation in football due to the weight of fallen soldiers on your conscience? It's a reality I pray you never faced. Yet, for some, it's an agonizing truth. Let's explore 7 countries banned from the World Cup. Number 1. Germany and Japan. In the wake of the cataclysmic Second World War, the global community yearned for healing and reconciliation, and sports, particularly football, emerged as a beacon of unity. However, the resumption of the World Cup after the prolonged hiatus was met with a contentious decision by FIFA. Germany and Japan, both central figures in the war's narrative, were met with exclusion from the tournament. This ruling, though it could be perceived as an act of pettiness, was far from arbitrary. It represented a deeply nuanced evaluation of the post-war landscape, laden with the weight of historical symbolism. These were nations reckoning with their wartime actions, and FIFA faced the intricate task of navigating the complexities surrounding their participation. Notably, Italy, another prominent actor in the conflict, was notably absent from the roster of those banned. This discrepancy prompted speculation about the underlying criteria and considerations guiding FIFA's determinations, prompting scholars and enthusiasts alike to scrutinize the intricacies of the decisions made during this pivotal juncture in football history. Number 2. South Africa. During the period from 1962 to 1992, South Africa was engulfed in a deeply troubling chapter of its history, the era of apartheid. This system of institutionalized racial segregation and oppression permeated every aspect of South African society, including its beloved sport of football. The football landscape was marred by a stark division along racial lines. White teams were showered with resources and support, while black teams were subjected to systemic discrimination, facing not only a lack of resources, but also enduring the demeaning effects of apartheid policies. This divisive approach infiltrated the very core of the game, fostering an environment of inequality and animosity. The consequences of apartheid were not limited to the football pitch. They extended into the very fabric of South African society. The discriminatory policies dictated where people could live, go to school, and even play sports. In the context of football, this meant that talented black players were often denied opportunities to compete at an international level, stifling their potential and depriving the world of witnessing their skills. FIFA, recognizing the severity of this injustice, took a principled stand in 1962 by banning South Africa from international football competitions. This decision was not only a reflection of the global community's abhorrence towards apartheid, but also a call for change within South Africa itself. It was only when apartheid finally crumbled in 1992 that South Africa could reclaim its place in the international football arena. An inspiring journey that not only revitalized the nation's spirit, but also showcased the unifying power of sport in the face of adversity. Number 3. Mexico. In the wake of Mexico's successful hosting of the 1986 World Cup, a cloud of controversy unexpectedly descended upon the national team. Merely weeks after the grandeur of the tournament, it was revealed that Mexico had committed a grievous error during their qualifying campaign for the 1988 Olympics. The blunder in question involved fielding players who were over the age limit stipulated for the competition. A 2-year ban by FIFA was the result of this omission, which appeared to be an accident. This penalty, though seemingly harsh, underscored the governing body's unwavering commitment to upholding the integrity of the sport. It was a bitter pill for Mexican football enthusiasts to swallow, as this ban meant that they would be absent from the much-anticipated 1990 World Cup in Italy. The repercussions of this oversight prompted soul-searching within Mexican football circles, serving as a stark reminder of the importance of diligence and adherence to regulations in the pursuit of excellence on the international stage. Number 4. Chile. Chile's journey in international football took a dark turn, with one name etched in infamy: Roberto Rojas. From their impressive third-place finish as hosts in 1962 to a ban over 3 decades later, Chile's fortunes were irrevocably tied to this infamous incident. On the fateful day of September 3, 1989, Chile faced Brazil in a crucial qualifying match. Trailing by a goal, the stakes were high, but the match took an unexpected turn. Rojas, the Chilean goalkeeper, fell to the ground, bloodied and seemingly injured, after a flare thrown by a Brazilian fan struck him. This dramatic event prompted the Chilean team to abandon the match, citing safety concerns. However, when images of the match emerged, they told a different story. The evidence clearly indicated that the flare hadn't even come close to Rojas. The shocking revelation came to light. Rojas had intentionally harmed himself with a concealed razor blade, orchestrating this elaborate ruse to prematurely end the game if things weren't going Chile's way. Despite Rojas' dedication to his country, the ploy backfired spectacularly. He was banned for life, and Chile faced the grim consequence of being banned from the 1994 World Cup. This scandal remains a dark stain in the history of football, serving as a stark reminder of the lengths some might go to gain an unfair advantage. Number 5. Myanmar. In the realm of World Cup qualification, Myanmar's approach took a bewildering turn in 2002. Despite having never secured a spot in the prestigious tournament's history, one would assume they'd be fervently pursuing every opportunity that came their way. Surprisingly, the opposite unfolded. During the qualifiers for the 2002 World Cup, Myanmar was slated to face off against Iran. Astonishingly, they opted to withdraw from the game. While this might have seemed like a minor hiccup, FIFA viewed it differently. The governing body of international football responded by imposing a substantial $20,000 fine and, more significantly, banning Myanmar from participating in the 2006 World Cup. What exacerbated the situation was that this was the third instance in which Myanmar had backed out of a qualification match, further stoking FIFA's ire. The repercussions of this puzzling decision left many questioning Myanmar's strategic approach in international football. The ban in 2002 proved to be a pivotal moment for Myanmar's football trajectory. Faced with the consequences of their unconventional withdrawal, Myanmar's national team and governing body underwent a period of reflection and transformation. Recognizing the gravity of their actions, they redoubled their efforts to rectify their approach to World Cup qualification. In the subsequent years, Myanmar demonstrated a newfound commitment to the qualification process, leaving no room for doubt about their determination. Notably, they haven't missed another qualification match since that pivotal moment. This turnaround serves as a testament to Myanmar's ability to learn from past mistakes and underscores the invaluable lessons that can be gleaned from setbacks in the pursuit of sporting excellence on the global stage. Number 6. Russia. As of the present year, Russia stands on the precipice of a significant and potentially lasting exclusion from international football tournaments. The world's attention has been gripped by recent geopolitical events, most notably Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This act of aggression has not only escalated tensions between Russia and NATO, but has also reverberated across the global community. In response, the international community, through various governing bodies, has taken a resolute stance against Russia. One of the most significant repercussions has been the suspension of Russia's participation in not only the World Cup, but also numerous other international activities. Even the prestigious UEFA Champions League final, originally slated to be held in Russia, was swiftly relocated. This move signifies a collective global effort to isolate Russia from high-profile sporting events, highlighting the profound impact that geopolitical events can have on the world of sports. The outlook for Russia's involvement in international football competitions appears exceedingly bleak in the wake of recent events. The ramifications of the geopolitical tensions and the ensuing bans extend far beyond the immediate consequences. The uncertainty surrounding Russia's future in international football tournaments looms large. As diplomatic and political dialogues continue to unfold, the fate of Russian football remains entangled in the complex web of international relations. The banishment of the World Cup and other prestigious events not only represents a punitive measure, but also underscores the interconnectedness of global politics and sports. For Russia, a nation with a rich footballing history, the current landscape casts a long shadow over the prospects of their national team, leaving fans and players in a state of limbo, yearning for a return to the international stage. Number 7. Ecuador. In 2022, Ecuador faced a tough situation. They had to remove their star defender Byron Castillo from the World Cup squad at the last minute to avoid getting kicked out of the tournament. Castillo was caught up in a case where he had used false documents, claiming he was born in Ecuador when he was actually born in Colombia. He admitted to this back in 2018, but the Ecuador Football Federation tried to hide it. Chile and Peru, who narrowly missed qualifying, complained to FIFA, and the case ended up at the Court of Arbitration for Sport, or CAS. The CAS found that Castillo had valid documents when he started playing for Ecuador, but they later realized those documents were fake. The verdict was a 3-part punishment for Ecuador. They lost 3 points in the World Cup qualifying tournament, got fined 100,000 Swiss francs, and had to compensate Chile and Peru. CAS acknowledged that Castillo could play by FIFA's rules, but his true birthplace and date had been falsely stated for him to get an Ecuadorian passport. So, was Castillo banned from the 2022 World Cup? No, he wasn't. Ecuador decided not to include him to avoid future problems. Ecuador was the last team to announce its squad for the World Cup. In Castillo's 2018 confession, he revealed he was born in 95 while his ID showed 98. He also shared his full name and how he left home for San Lorenzo. As for World Cup history, 3 teams had been disqualified in the past, but none were banned after they qualified. Chile, Mexico, and Syria were disqualified before previous World Cups. Alrighty folks, that's a wrap for this video. We hope you find it informative and enjoyable. So, what are your thoughts about these countries that have been banned from the World Cup? Share in the comments below. Moreover, if you appreciate our content and wish to stay updated on our latest releases, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell. Your support means the world to us. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.